Welcome to Full Beans. On today's episode, race car musical chairs and Indycar on Fox. And Palou takes Seca.
What?
Running out of fingers here. Race 9. Woo! Connor Daly, still not here. Comment his name. Go check out Speed Street, his podcast. Drop our name in there in his comment. Spam him. Let's go. Let's get him here.
Yeah, let's go, Connor Daly. I will have my mom personally cook you your favorite Mexican food: enchiladas, chile rellenos, burritos, tacos. What's it called?
And
spaghetti.
I've been asking for some chile rellenos for a long time, many years, and I still haven't got them.
So make sure you're on this show so we can make sure that we can make some chile rellenos so David can get that and he'll have his tummy nice and full. So we want you on here, Connor Daly. My name is Ozzy. That's David. Frankie over there in the corner, as usual. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment,
Bell notification.
share this video. Make sure you follow us on X. We are blowing up on X, getting 10 million views. So make sure you're one of those views. Make sure you're one of those viewers.
Don't want to miss out. Don't want to have FOMO. Do you want FOMO?
You don't want FOMO.
I don't think you want FOMO.
You don't want FOMO. All right. So now we're moving on to the news. David, the news.
Race car musical chairs. Beep 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 beep. Malukas back with another ride. I think his second team of the season. Ozzy had cursed Malukas earlier this season. Cursed him and Callum Isla. It looks like Malukas was able to break the Ozzy curse of asking, does he even drive anymore? And then losing his seat.
It was an unattended curse. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. But now it's on for a better career move for him.
Malukas will pilot the number 66 car for Meyershank Racing for the remainder of the season. McLaren cut him after, well, not right after, but he fractured his wrist during a mountain bike accident.
Dude, a lot of people having mountain bike accidents, dude.
Kind of makes you think, you know?
Fernando Alonso had a bike accident.
Get off those mountain bikes.
Yeah, Larry Hernandez had a bike accident.
Okay, who knows who that guy is?
And
stupid neighbor.
And you'll know this guy. Gordon Ramsay recently had a bike accident.
Had a horrible biking accident.
If you know anything, okay, this stupid sandwich.
Idiot sandwich.
Our resident idiot sandwich over here.
All right, so famous saying by him recently. I don't know if you saw
Let's stop the mountain biking.
Let's stop. Let's ban that. No one needs to be going up any mountains with any bike. Okay, so
no need to exercise
use the feet that God gave you.
Yeah, the wheels. Who cares about greatest invention ever? Yeah, I don't think so.
Two wheels. 4 wheels. All right, we here at Full Beans. We like 4 wheels.
Except for Bottas, he can continue with
Bottas. Calendar reveal on our F1 episode. Go check it out. Nice cheeks over there.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing with Malukas, I guess. Callum Isla filled his spot for 3 races: St. Pete, Thermal, and the Indy 500, with Dale Pourchaire, Teddy Chairs.
Nice.
Taking the other 5 races that he missed. Formula 2 champion Teddy Chairs.
Yeah.
As we were saying, this is a musical chairs segment. So, Dale Pourchaire filled the rest of the races, five races. Aaron McLaren this week cut him from the team.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. I don't think anybody saw this coming, to be honest. I didn't see this coming.
Well, I mean, his performances were not bad. As the Aaron McLaren sporting director, Tony Kanaan, spoke about him on our Indy 500 episode because he was getting inducted to the Indy Hall of Fame, Indy 500 Hall of Fame, ex-racer. So he said that it was not, the decision was purely strategic. And it was that Theo did nothing wrong. Theo, whatever, did nothing wrong.
That's tough, man. Like
it's hard. It's hard news to take, especially when you having shown that you can be a champion in a series that he was not doing bad in the series in his performances. I thought his performances were decent.
And let's not forget, he was thrown into this.
Absolutely thrown in.
He didn't have a preseason to prepare or anything, talk to the team, talk to engineers, the people he's going to be working. He was just thrown into
he was thrown into, I think the Long Beach Grand Prix was his first Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy race to get thrown into.
Nope. So, good hats off to him. He did a good job, and it sucks to see him go. But like you were saying, go on, David.
More McLaren drama. So all these three racers, the next one being Nolan Siegel, all of these three racers have shared one car under the McLaren team, which is insane to have three racers. Well, actually, I guess Malukas actually never really had a chance. I don't even think he tested within this car. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess you could say shared, but Malukas really not really ever being in the car. Mm-hmm. Nolan Siegel was signed this year, this race, this week, to a multi-year contract with Arrow McLaren, coming off his 24-hour of Le Mans victory in his class, the LMP2.
Yeah, so if you had any doubts about Nolan, why he deserved this C or anything.
Which we said on his first race, which I think was Thermal, that he looked impressive.
He did. He looked like a youngster, young and up-and-coming star, showing that he has what it takes to become a good IndyCar driver. And look at that, coming off his 24-hour Le Mans win, Le Mans being last weekend, went in his LMP2 class.
Pretty impressive.
So, yeah, pretty
not
impressive.
Not an easy task to do. Very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Le Mans, 24-hour race. I don't think I can take a 1 hour race, dude.
It's a team, obviously, but
yeah.
A possible reason that Nolan is, I think a couple of possible reasons here that Teo got the chair. Pun intended.
Oh my God! Just a bit salt in the wound.
Yeah, the possible reason is that I didn't know this, but if you listen to shout out to Connor Daly again with his Speed Street podcast, he goes on and says that he never had a doubt that Malukas would come back into a team and or Siegel would have a more permanent seat, being that both of them, and this is I think something we should talk about right now.
Yeah,
is they have a lot of financial backing that comes with them.
Yep.
This sport, I think more than a lot of other sports, if you come with financial backing, it's way more beneficial to you than maybe other sports. Obviously, if you have a lot of financial backing as a kid, your parents are super rich, they can get you the best training, the best teachers, the best coaches, they can get you all the best equipment. Obviously, that's going to help you. But at some point, I think you have to perform at the ultimate level, right? If you're part of a soccer team, an NBA team, like you have the team there, but if you're not pulling your weight on the team, who cares how much money you get? You feed into the team, you're not going to be on the team.
Yeah.
Now we see like in F1, someone who may or may not, and we're not there. We're not the people to decide.
Yeah.
Has the talent. Frankie's favorite racer, Lance Stroll. His dad straight up said, "Oh, we got the backing. Boom, team bot. Boom."
Spot.
Checo cut.
Yeah.
Now, Checo looking like he has a lot of financial backing himself with his investors along with the fan base that he brings.
The viewership, all that.
He has lots of money to bring to the team, so possibly a reason that Red Bull kept him on. If we go into a little bit of this on our F1 episodes.
At the end of the day, I mean, the teams, they have to make money, you know?
Have to make money, and it's an expensive sport.
Yeah, it's an expensive
sport to develop and all this stuff. So Nolan coming with financial backing, maybe one of the reasons McLaren has decided to throw a third person into this car. Fourth, I guess. Technically, if you're giving Malukas the time and Callum, because Callum did race in this car.
Yeah, it's hard to look the other way when there's a driver and he's waving or maybe carrying a briefcase full of money, you know?
Yeah.
It's really hard to look the other way. No giving, any doubts about Nolan Siegel's ability.
No, he's shown it.
We praised him when we didn't know this, that he had financial backing, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't know what Teo's backing is. Maybe he does have some backing too. But Leclerc has even said, which I don't know much about Leclerc's history or him growing up, but the late Jules, I guess, kind of convinced Ferrari to pick him up because Leclerc didn't have the financial backing to continue racing.
Yeah.
So obviously this sport is probably one of the most expensive sports to be in and to be able to compete.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. Another possible reason Nolan is being signed is that he's American.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's Californian. He's a California boy, California kid.
Obviously, we know Arrow McLaren, CEO, Zach Brown, Southern California boy. Maybe hit him a soft spot in the heart, right?
I don't know if necessarily the Californian, but definitely I think the American, as in what we've said, that we are hoping IndyCar can become as a sort of conduit of North American talent into the F1 racing world.
Yeah, able to infiltrate there.
Maybe McLaren sees, hey, you know what? Théo Pourchaire, he's the F2 champion. People in F1, they got their eye on him already. He doesn't need the exposure.
Yeah. Okay. You make a good point there. You make a good point as Dale has been around the paddock over there in the F1 Formula One world, so people have heard his name. But Nolan has only been here in the North American scene, so people across the pond don't know who exactly he is, or knows if he exists, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you make a good point there. They want to promote the homegrown drivers here in North America for them to be able to, like you said, go to Formula One and be able to compete at the highest level that they can.
Talking on the, I think on the same side of the coin, Malukas, Callum Ilott still hasn't found a ride this year. Malukas, another American, getting signed to I don't know how long this deal is, but I think for the remainder of the season he will be at the Meyer-Shank team. So that's another American pilot that you have racing. So it's like, maybe they're once again doing the right thing and listening to full beans.
Yep.
And saying, as we've been saying, I mean, no disrespect to Callum Ilott and Théo Pourchaire, but only for the simple fact that they're not American. Maybe that could be a reason that they're getting cut. Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. But it's nice to see that teams are now maybe prioritizing that, like Ozzy said, that homegrown talent.
Yeah, I think you make a good point there. Yeah, it sucks that they get cut, right? But, I mean, I guess we have to look at the positives. The positive of those two drivers being American is a good thing for Indy and future, homegrown drivers here, knowing that door is open, that opportunity is there for them to be able to capitalize on it. And the teams aren't just looking for drivers over there in Europe. They're looking all around. Here, there, maybe even in Asia. I don't know. But it looks like Indy is staying true to its roots and helping the American-based driver market try to prepare these drivers to be able to maybe compete in Formula One at the highest level and become an F1 world champion, you know?
Continuing with the IndyCar expansion, I guess. Well, not expansion, but growth. IndyCar is set to air all its races on Fox Sports.
This is huge, dude.
On Fox in 2025.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. It says all races will be
so right now they're being showed on Peacock.
They're showed on NBC / Peacock.
Yeah, I think some are shown on NBC. I don't think all of them are.
No, not all of them are shown on NBC.
Yeah.
But do you know if all of them are aired on live television? I mean, like cable television?
I don't
because
think
I watch
so,
them all
dude.
normally. I watch them on Peacock.
Me too.
So I don't know if you can get them on basic cable.
I don't think you can all of them. Dude.
I don't think all of them, which I'm not sure. Maybe or maybe not.
Yeah.
But Fox has come out and said that some interesting things that they're going to do with F1, with Indy, is obviously Fox seems like, I don't know, at least to me, Fox seems like a bigger American
well-known
sports broadcaster.
Yeah.
Because NBC is a massive broadcaster, but although they have a lot of sports, I think they have the Olympics, they have a lot of sports, but to me, I don't know why it seems like, I don't know, this could be just, for whatever reason.
I think NBC has recently got into maybe the sports world, trying to rack in all these sports, but Fox Sports has been around for a long time. Maybe. And to me, it's like, I think what you were trying to say, Fox Sports, to me, seems like a bigger stage than NBC.
I think for sports.
You know? Yeah, for sports.
Yeah,
for sports.
I think
so.
like if we're talking about like sitcoms and things like that, I think NBC's a bigger platform for like sitcom TV, like primetime TV. Anyways, but Fox saying that I think it's kind of it'll work a little bit similar to the NBC Peacock where the big races, the Indy 500 probably. I don't know what the schedule is, but I'm just naming the big ones. Indy 500, probably Long Beach. Those will be aired on Fox, and then with all the other races being aired on FS1. But like we're saying, that's available to everyone. And that's going to be aired every week, well, every race week.
Yeah.
With additional coverage on FS2, which I think will make viewing easier. I think. I could be wrong. This is just I guess my own speculation at the moment.
Yeah.
But a big thing that I don't know if is available now is that Fox Deportes will be having, I don't know if all races, but they will have Spanish TV coverage.
Oh, damn.
Which is, again, what we've been saying, like what Full Beans is about, growing that indie presence in all of North America. So having that Spanish broadcast, maybe we can get a lot more Mexicans watching the race, bringing a lot more Mexican talent into Indy.
Yeah, South
maybe
Americans.
as we said, bring. I mean, obviously, yeah, even including South America.
Yeah, because we have fellow like Pato Mexican driver, Agustin, Argentinian driver, right? So,
but
I'll be excited to see that.
And with that growing popularity, maybe we have races, as we've said here before, in Mexico. We've been trying to get. I mean, we're not much of a voice here, but really trying to push for Mexican races, more Canadian races, maybe spreading them out. Maybe, unfortunately, there's not that many races in the calendar, but we don't want to oversaturate the calendar, as I feel like F1 is doing right now, oversaturating the calendar. Unfortunately, that means maybe cutting some races that don't have the best attendance and moving them to a Grand Prix in Monterey, Jalisco, Mexico City. Yeah. These are all places that I think would sell out, would have great attendance. Maybe having a race in Vancouver over here, and in Canada.
Yeah, maybe they should do something like they did this year with Thermal, right? Where it was just like kind of a one-off race.
That's a good idea.
They should experiment with trying to hit that Mexican market, because if IndyCar wants to grow, it's all great and dandy to have here all in the United States, but let's try something different and let's get our feet wet and try over there. And like a Thermal thing, and try it out there and see what happens, see the attendance.
I mean, we see other sports doing this, where we've had basketball games in Mexico City, NFL games in Mexico City, and it's like it gets packed. The Mexican fan base, they know about the American sports. Now, if they could have, and we know there's more, I think, of a fan base for racing in Mexico than there is for some of these American sports, or maybe not fan base, but at least participants, right? Yeah. Because in IndyCar, we have a Mexican driver. In F1, we have a Mexican driver. A few years ago, we had 2 Mexican drivers in F1. We have Canadian drivers. And so in like NFL have had a game down there, a couple games down there. I think there's one, I don't know the stats here, but I think there's like only very few Mexican NFL players. Mm-hmm. So imagine having that kind of fan base without the Mexican players, Yeah. Now imagine you have Mexican racers on the series happening in Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's easy.
It's a win-win.
It's easy money there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's an easy win-win.
So Fox coming in, we'll see if that can maybe start those conversations. Another big thing about this Fox takeover, I guess, of IndyCar and the media rights and the rights to broadcast, is this will be for the first time under one U.S. Broadcaster will have the 2 biggest U.S. motorsports events being the Indy 500 and NASCAR's Daytona 500. So maybe another way of bringing more NASCAR fans into Indy.
Yeah. That's you bring up a good point, because there's a lot of NASCAR fans out there.
Lots of NASCAR fans.
We might not see it here where we're based at, but like towards over there, the South Carolina, North Carolina, over there, they love their NASCAR. That's their thing. So they'll go in and they'll fill up the stadiums. That's exciting to see. Hopefully we get more fans And then maybe we'll get even IndyCar fans watching more NASCAR, right? So hopefully these two racing leagues or divisions. Series, there you go. That's the word I was looking for. They can help themselves out and grow together.
So that looks like IndyCar can grow from there. And it's exciting news. I guess moving on to today's race.
Mm-hmm.
The legendary Laguna Seca Monterey Grand Prix. Palou takes his second victory, takes it from pole. Second victory of the season, second victory at Laguna Seca. I think all of his races there, he's finished on podium. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he looked strong. He looked faster in qualifying. He looked really strong during the race. He, turn one. He loses the lead, but doesn't lose his cool. He still keeps it together and is able to pull off that win on a different strategy with the cars in front of him towards the end of the race, and is able to pull off. I think he wins like by maybe 3-4 seconds or something like that.
He barely won by 2 seconds.
Oh, 2 seconds? Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
But I think it's more what we say week in, week out about Indy. It's just you don't know who's going to win until the checkered flag.
Yeah.
Like we have different strategies. Like you were saying, he was on a different strategy than Colton, who came in second. We always this is what we praise about Indy is the competitiveness and the creativeness that you have to have and be to win a race in Indy. You know, different strategies, and it's the ebbs and flows of the races. At this point, this strategy is favored, and then there's a caution, and then this strategy is favored, and then it's just a back and forth, and you literally don't know who's going to win till the checkered flag.
Yeah. In the beginning, you thought maybe Kirkwood was going to take away with it. Then you see Rossi in front. You're like, is Rossi finally going to get his victory after such a long time?
Rosenquist was up there in the mix for a while.
So it's
willpower. Joseph Newgarden after that caution, which... Do you want to talk about that rule that he doesn't have to do an outlap? I guess I didn't know this rule.
I didn't know either, and it is kind of. I mean, Newgarden got lucky, right? But one thing that they proved that they said was that they always do this. So the good thing is it's consistent.
Palou over the radio asked his engineer, like, did they really wait for the number 2 car to pull out the caution? Mm-hmm. So I guess the ruling there normally is, if the car that could cause a caution and that maybe ultimately will cause a caution is in a safe enough location, they wait for the whole pack, everyone on track to be, I guess, maybe given the opportunity to pit before the caution comes out.
Yeah. Well, before they close the pit lane.
Yeah, but when they close the pit lane is when the caution comes out, right?
Yeah.
So they allow everyone the opportunity. Now, there's a couple things here. One, is the car in a safe enough location? I think there was arguments that could be made for both on the commentators. I don't remember if Hinchcliffe was saying he didn't think he was in a safe enough place, but there was debate there. So that's one thing. But the second thing is, I guess, and this is new to me, was Newgarden doesn't have to do an outlap after the
pit stop,
the cautioned pit stop, the pit stop under caution. Slotting him into second place.
New tires,
filled up on gas.
Yep.
Literally just kind of almost, it looked like at the time, handing him the victory.
It did.
So Palou was very upset with that. I mean, as you should be. I mean, I mean, you were racing with Colton. Whatever Colton catches up to you, you guys are dealing with your own issues, right?
Yeah.
But
it's a fair game.
Newgarden having to almost made up a full lap out of nothing.
Or nothing.
Is kind of crazy, and it was news to me, at least. I didn't know this ruling that this was the way that rule went.
It worked. Yeah, I thought it was kind of unfair until I was like, okay, if they always do this, at least they're being consistent. So that's the thing that I guess we're playing devil's advocate, that for the race control, they're doing it consistently. So at least they're not picking and choosing, So.
Yeah,
we'll give them that
again. But that was what I'm saying. I guess the interpretation part was it in a safe position?
That's the dicey question.
I think that's the more like the gray area of that rule. Is that car in a safe enough position to where, okay, it's fine. No one's gonna hit him. No one's gonna spin off and hit him.
To me, it looked like it wasn't in a safe position.
I mean, it looked a little unsafe, the position that they would have stopped him. But I mean, I don't write the rules. I don't enforce the rules.
But you know what else? What was I gonna say unsafe? I don't know unsafe, but the corkscrew. I know a lot of people have heard about Laguna Seca.
The famous corkscrew.
Corkscrew. That's crazy, dude. Those two turns right there.
The elevation loss in that.
Yeah, they said it was like 8 stories.
He said like 8 stories. So
that's crazy.
That's a lot of feet that you're dropping. And the thing is, like, just driving on a regular car at regular speed, I feel like that kind of drop you would feel. But imagine going that fast and then it's a right left. It's a quick. I mean, it's a left right. It's a quick left right. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Seeing who was it? Powered that came off the side.
It was Lungard.
Yeah. Lungard. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Lungard comes off the top side and just catches air and just. I'm surprised that car survived that fall.
Yeah, showing the reliability once again from the Indycars, dude.
Yeah, the robust build of the Indycar.
These are some solid cars.
Cars.
Just the sexy and robustness of those cars.
Yeah,
like you see it's insane. Like how he just goes over, but he just continues going back in.
Yeah, we see a lot of cars go off to the gravel, and they're able to join the track again.
Siegel, not having the best race, comes off, and you think he's over.
It's game over.
And I'm looking at the timing board, and I was like, oh, it hasn't changed to out. That's interesting. And I was like, wait, he's still on the track after that? Like,
still on it.
It's pretty impressive the how robust these freaking cars are.
No track limits at this race.
Absolutely no track limits. Grab your track limits and stuff them in the trash.
You might as well be driving out in the fields if you wanted to, dude. No track limits on this track.
No track limits on. I mean, I'm sure maybe there's some track limits at some corners, but it does not look like they care or they enforce the track limits.
Yeah,
all 4 off, and many turns are off. All 4 are off.
This was the one race where when they showed the driver, the point of view where you're the camera right behind the driver. And this track looks scary, dude, because they're going so... You can see, they're going so fast and left, right. So it's a crazy track. Now I can see why it's a track that's unforgivable.
It looks very fun, though. Like,
it does,
if you know what you're doing, it looks fun.
Yeah, so it was good to see. Good to see that. Good. Oh, we saw a lot of racing throughout the field.
There was a return of Beef Street.
Oh, there was.
Ferrucci again at the center of it.
Who else? Who else but Ferrucci?
And at this point, I think IndyCar are paying him.
Yeah.
I think they're paying him to go. They're going here. Here's this extra cash. You're not going to win the championship. Your name is going to blow up, though, and you will be the headline of maybe every race so far. Just going out there and being a freaking bulldozer. And I'm here for it.
Yeah, we're here for it. We're here to watch. It's fun. No one got hurt, so.
As long as everyone's safe, there's no serious injuries, things like that. It's all fun, right? You know, it's fun. You love seeing it. Beef Street continues with Ferrucci being the main character. Who did he cut off? He was having issues with Grosjean, I think, again in practice. I think.
It was. I forgot who he did that illegal move.
Late movement in the braking zone, blocking penalty, gets a drive-through. I think it was a drive-through.
Oh no, 6 positions. He had to give up 6 positions.
Oh yeah, it was 6 positions.
He had to give six positions, and then as we know, like he's had beef with Grosjean in the past, and going to Grosjean had a great race this Sunday.
Grosjean almost looking like he at the end fighting for a podium.
Yeah, and even towards the maybe third quarters of the race, looking like maybe he had a chance to win actually the race.
Yeah, there was. If some cautions maybe had gone his way, maybe there was a caution that didn't go his way. I think he would have been in there for the fight for first.
Yeah, driving for Juncos Hollinger Racing, something like that. A car that I think shouldn't be up there, to be honest. If we compare it to Agustin, who he did okay this race, but Grosjean really showing his skills and extracting the most out of this car.
Grosjean with the elusive win still evading him.
Still, dude.
Hasn't won since his junior Formula days.
Oh, man.
It's been a long time, and I feel bad for the guy, man. I'm a big, here at Full Beans, big Grosjean fans, big Phoenix fans, and it just seems like, I don't know, will he ever win again?
Will what?
Will he ever win again?
Hopefully he wins. It'll be fun to see. And maybe he should win if he's still here next year at Long Beach. Would be a great win. I know he was close 2 years ago, so that'll be a great one.
So we get the podium. Palou, Colton, Rossi rounding out the podium. Good podium. I think it's a very three constructors. Well, three teams. 3 teams on the podium, which is always nice.
It's always good. That's like what we've been saying. IndyCar, you don't know who's gonna win. It's not just gonna be one team. We have 3 different teams right here. What's it called? The team of Chip, Ganassi, Andretti Autosport, and Arrow McLaren. Can't forget about that. And and Grosjean coming in 4th. Anything else to comment, David?
Palou takes championship lead from Will Power.
Okay, now he's in the lead now.
Again, as we keep saying, the competitiveness of Indy, the championship lead changes week by week. Frankie, can you go to the championship?
And the season, it's coming down to an end, dude. Yeah. It's almost. I think
he took a big lead. That guy.
Oh, he did.
He took a big lead, almost 23-point lead.
Yeah.
With Power only having a 9-point lead over Scott Dixon in 3rd. So Palou is maybe pulling away with it, going for his 3rd championship, which this is only his 2nd victory of the season. So it really shows how consistent at the top end of the pack he is.
Yeah, you have to be consistent at the top. I think Scott Dixon was one of those racers that he was always at the top end, winning races. I mean, not winning races, but being at least top 4, top 5 in the mix, and then able to win 1 or 2 races and then take the championship that year.
What's interesting is you could make an easy argument that you don't have to win a IndyCar race to win the championship.
Yeah, you don't.
Which is very interesting.
That's crazy, dude.
That's kind of crazy. I think that some people are going to like that. Some people think are cool. Some people aren't going to like that. I'm not saying it's likely or that has happened. I don't know, but it could make an argument that could happen.
Yeah.
And only really in IndyCar, too, since, F1, basically where you're at, for the most part, that's where you stay. But if you're pretty consistent in Indy, because of how, variable every spot is.
Exactly. It's the variability. That F1 doesn't have that variability in places where you finish, right? Yeah. It's like we said, Newgarden won last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Newgarden.
No, Power won last week.
Oh yeah, Power ended the drought.
Yeah, Power ended his drought. He won last week, and he finishes what did he finish at today, Frankie?
I think he might have finished out of the top 10. No,
he finished 7th. So that variability, we don't see that week in, and then the week before, obviously he didn't win. So. You see Verstappen, he's not going to be finishing 7th regularly.
No.
But Will Power might drop a week or 2, 3 weeks. He might drop out of the top 5, out of the top 10.
Yeah.
That's just what happens in Indy.
Yeah, which is why Indy is the superior series.
Totally superior, better than any sport out there. I think it shows. I think it's a different dynamic than F1, where Indy is just a true test of your consistency. What's it called? In IndyCar, it's crazy, man. You could be at the top end at one part of the race and then just fall all the way back, right? It's so unpredictable. You just got to be the last one standing and be towards the top, and you have a real chance of winning this championship.
Team Penske looking like dog doo-doo this race.
They did, yeah.
Scott Dixon and Will Power crashing.
Yeah.
Newgarden having a horrible race. Like we were saying earlier, we didn't finish the story.
Oh, I think you
gets super lucky.
Uh-huh.
And then runs off the track and ends up in 7th.
Yeah, he shoots himself in the foot.
Yeah,
dude.
so a race that's ultimately seemed handed to him, he lost it bad himself.
Yeah, he took it. He took that out. That was a huge out where it was They were practically handing him the trophy, and then he's like about to reach for it and drops it. Yeah. So it sucks. So, yeah, terrible to see there.
But what we're saying again, to our point of Indy being competitive, Penske last week, Penske a week ago, 2 weeks ago, they look like untouchable.
They look strong.
And then all of a sudden again, doo-doo.
Took shit in the bed.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Amber Heard status.
I think that's everything I have for Indy. David?
I think that wraps it up.
The next race is going to be the Mid-Ohio race. If you watched our episode when we were talked about... What episode did we record?
I don't know, but it's going to be a new powertrain. We got hybrid era coming into Indy.
So if you want to change an Indycar, make sure you watch that race. Make sure you watch this show. Make sure you like and subscribe and share it. And spam Connor Daly to get him on the Full Bean Show, because like we said, we'll bring him chile rellenos. If you don't know what that is, Connor Daly,
look it up. It's very tasty.
It's very tasty, and you'll like the ones we make you. So with that bombshell, I guess that's going to be Full Bean signing out.
See you. All right. You going to do the claps or you don't need it?
I don't know if Ozzy tried to take my job.
That was just your cue to do it. Oh, you want a spaldazo to the back, right? Oh, don't test me.